the bathroom and I come out and here they're on their little sheepy sheep.
That's the hardest.
From other ones that we've seen, these are all natural behaviors and they just teach them to do that. Oh, she opened the door. But they're all natural behaviors and they just train them to do them on cue to make taking care of them easier. Oh, you can walk in front of me, I don't. Oh, wait! They're hiding behind you. There we go. I feel like I've seen this caretaker before too. But can I just have a treat? Dad. She opened the door.
Huh?
She opened the door. She pushed the like handicap thing. She's probably gonna go walk around there. She was like, no, I gotta walk around somebody to get my treat. Yeah. Oh, you did it already. You know what to do. Yeah.
You guys want to do more coaches?
Hi.
pretty goats.
Yeah.
Look up on the picnic table.
They got nice coloration and they don't have.
Are you hiding? I mean, I'll respect your privacy. Or are you not hiding? You want to have your picture taken? Oh, hi. I don't think that's edible. I just want you to know that. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm not your mom, but. Left some presents over here. No, pretty sure it's just a normal cow. Hi.
It is too.
Yeah, because they can come out if they are comfortable, or they can stay in if they want to be away from people.
You're the one that wanted to ride the choo-choo.
Hi. Are you gonna slide down? Slowly make your way down while you eat all the hay. Oh, you're done? Oh, okay. Or it's got too complicated, too steep for you? You can share, be nice.
Somebody's got company.
Oh, are you preggers?
Kicking.
Oh, shoot, I remember that.
Kicking and moving
Oh,
around.
yeah.
Moving all over the place.
Can't be too far.
And they're not letting you eat, that's mean. They got stop being greedy. Hi. I mean, you're pretty in like an ugly way. You know, like when they talk about models.
Is that an alpaca?
I believe.
I think so. Oh, hi. You're just walking around, you know, living your best life. Oh, you got an itchy itch? I mean, understood. Scratches happen, man.
Baby llama dog.
Oh, you want to say hi to your friend? So she gives you good scratches.
Uh-huh.
Hi.
I'm letting out another joke.
Can't even find the trash.
but hopefully they're good. I know it's curry, so we'll see. As it breaks up their silhouette amongst all this dense vegetation, so it does make it a little harder for those predators to spot them. Now you might notice for bongos, their horns don't stick straight out of their head, they do angle backwards. So when they're moving through a lot of these dense bushes, all they have to do is tilt their head up and those horns will lay flat against their neck. Otherwise they might get caught up in these bushes and trees. And we've also encountered our first bird species off to our left. It is called a saddle-billed stork. These black and white birds are the tallest storks in Africa, up to 5 feet tall. I don't know about you guys, but I myself am about 5'5", so that means that bird could literally look me in the eye if I was standing right next to it. That's a little intimidating when you think about it that way. But keep in mind, well, we made it to the edge of the forest. This is where the Safi River lies. This area tends to be home to lots of water dwellers, or animals that like to hang out near water. So that's hopefully what we're going to be on the lookout for. Now just upriver to our left-hand side, I see some pink-backed pelicans on the island in the center. These guys get their name because their backs, but also underneath their wings, around their eyes, even around those adorable little webbed feet, all areas of their body that do have a pink hue. Also keep a lookout for Nile hippos in the water. They can hold their breath for about 5 to 8 minutes at a time. So in case you see them break the surface of the water and disappear, that's alright. They're just sinking all the way down to that river bottom. That's typically how they're going to get around. Yep, you guys can see them running right along the river bottom. Well, keep a lookout because hippos tend to hang out in groups called floats, like a float but with an E. Now they are mostly nocturnal animals, so they're going to be slightly more active at nighttime. Now there's a couple here to our left. They're just on the other side of these rocks. Right at kind of the edge of the waterfall right there. Now we also just crossed over into dangerous waters. Those are Nile crocodiles over here. These animals can grow to be about 16 feet in length and they weigh about 500 pounds. I do want to draw your attention to some of them that are kind of hanging out on the riverbank with their mouths open. I know it looks kind of scary, but I promise you they're not being aggressive. They're also not just showing off those pearly whites. Nile crocodiles are what are known as ectothermic animals, so they have to use their environment to regulate their body temperature. Easiest way for them to do that is to lay there with that gaping mouth open. It's going to have plenty of animals all to our right hand side. One that might catch your glimpse at first of those Ankole cattle, those cows with the massive horns on top of their head, but also plenty of zebras nearby. Now there are multiple different species of zebras. These are called Hartmann's mountain zebras. They're characterized by very thick, broad stripes they have on their hindquarters. They also don't have any stripes on their belly. And a group of zebras is called a dazzle, typically made up of one male or a stallion, a bunch of females and their babies. Now off to your left-hand side, you guys will see some African wild dogs, also known as the painted dog. Now dog is in their name. These guys are very cute, but they're not domesticated, so do not try to interact with them like you would your dog at home. These guys here are some of the most successful hunters throughout Africa. Up to 90% of the time they are successful. That's because they work together as a team to take down their prey, but they also have incredible stamina, so they'll chase down whatever they want till that prey gets really tired. Off to our left are sable antelope. Females like that have a deep brown coat. Males are pretty much jet black in color once they're fully grown and mature. Also seeing plenty of wildebeest to our left. These animals definitely believe in safety in numbers. There is even an event in Africa. This is called the Great Migration. It's where about 1.5 million wildebeest are all seen traveling together. This is typically going to be around the rainy season, so they're going to chase those rains across Africa. On the lookout for all that fresh grass that should be popping up after a very long period of drought. We're getting a little bit closer to those Ankole cattle, also known as a Watusi cattle. I know those horns look like they might be pretty heavy, but they're thankfully not one solid piece. They're not hollow either. They're made of a honeycomb-like structure on the inside, so it keeps them a little more lightweight than one might expect, but still keeps them nice and strong. But we are getting pretty close to these zebras here, hanging out close by. young zebras around here. The two that are actually closest to us on our left, kind of hanging out closest to the path. Another way to tell this particular species of zebra apart from others is if you look where their head meets their neck, there's kind of this extra flap of skin. Looks like they have a lump in their throat. That's called a dewlap. That helps with blood flow and circulation to keep them nice and cool. They are the only species of zebra to have that, so it does make them pretty easy to identify out here compared to others. We're going to be pretty close to these cattle here for just a moment. You might notice some of their horns can all grow in different shapes. Some of them are a little bit wider set, kind of like a Texas Longhorn. The cow that's actually right in front of the truck here, if you like, her horns kind of have an oval shape, kind of like Maleficent style. Make sure we're never yelling, guys. A lot of these animals can easily be startled by strange sounds like that. We obviously don't want animals to run away from us. We want them to stay as close as possible. Now, there are multiple different species of giraffe. This is called a Maasai giraffe, spelled M-A-S-A-I. And they are characterized by very messy or irregular shaped patches they have on their coats. Some of them look like maple leaves or ink blots, some of them even heart-shaped, but they are all each very different and something that is unique to each individual. Now, there's a giraffe coming through the trees on our left. Again, stay quiet back there, guys. Stay seated as well. Parents, please make sure those little ones are staying seated at all times. And that's a male giraffe to our left. Males and females, there is kind of a height difference. Males tend to be taller. Overall, giraffe can range anywhere from 14 to 20 feet, so males are going to be more towards that 20 feet tall mark. Newborn giraffe are 6 feet tall when they are born. Now, giraffe have an incredibly long neck, but in a way that long neck is something that we do share in common with them, because we all have 7 vertebrae in our neck, even a giraffe. Theirs might be the size of a basketball, but you do have the exact same number, which is pretty cool. And we just crossed over into elephant country. Based on the size of this particular individual, and I guess it's a young male. And off to your left, you might see a male mandrill. He's kind of right behind the rocks there. There's actually a whole troop of mandrills around here. Usually they're made up of
To your left.
combinations of males and females, although overall they are a patriarchal society, so they're led by one dominant male. Elephants are the exact opposite. They are matriarchal, so they're led by a single older female called the matriarch. And she's pretty important because she'll remember everything that herd needs to know, all their migration patterns, and the best places to find food and water. Males are usually going to get kicked out of their mom's female herd around their teenage years. And they'll usually spend a lot of time by themselves. They rock that solo life most of the time. Although occasionally they will hang out in small groups of other males. That's called a bachelor group. Now we do have to cross kind of a questionable looking bridge here. So we're going to go poli-poli. That's Swahili for very slowly. These boards already do not look or in fact sound the best. So if any of you guys have any extra pixie dust, maybe go ahead and sprinkle it on the truck right about now. And you guys know the rules with pixie dust, right? Only happy thoughts all the way across. So happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Almost there, keep going. All right. Hopefully we don't have to come across any other bridges like that, but just in case, maybe keep some of that pixie dust in your pocket for me. Ostrich headed this way. And we know those are females because they've got gray feathers. Males have black feathers while females have gray ones. Now, ostrich are the largest and heaviest bird on Earth. And while they do have wings, these guys are thankfully flightless. But they can run at speeds of about 35 to 40 miles an hour with those very powerful legs that they have. Speaking of powerful legs, there are a couple of cheetahs laying down along the slope of the hill to our left. I think they just caught eye of those ostrich. Now, cheetahs are the fastest land mammal. They can reach speeds of 75 miles an hour within only 3 seconds. But cheetahs are sprinters, not marathon runners, so they can't maintain that speed for long. Usually it's just a few hundred yards. Think about the length of 2 football fields. And if they don't catch whatever they're going after in that one quick burst of energy, cheetahs have to wait. They have to try again a little bit later. Things like their heart rate, their breathing rate, their body temperature. All these things have to come back down to normal before they can try again. Now, if you look to your left and then all the way over to your right, there's some cheetahs laying down.
I think taunting the cheetahs.
The bushes over there.
That's rude. I see you, ostrich.
Now, cheetahs only have about a 50% success rate when they hunt, and even with that 50% success rate, a lot of other animals can easily overpower a cheetah and take their prey that they just caught. And animals like lions tend to be the culprits. And there is a female lioness on our left-hand side. She's laying down right around the rocks there. Now, prides of lions, they are made up majority of females, those lionesses. And that's because they do the majority of the hunting. Typically, they'll hunt in pairs or teams, while the male lion stays behind. He's got a pretty important job. He's going to make sure nothing happens to the cubs or the territory while the females are away. Looks like at least 2 female lionesses just taking a nice nap out here. I'm also seeing some white rhinos to our right-hand side. They weigh about 4,000 or 5,000 pounds. And of the 5 species of rhino found throughout the world, white rhinos are considered the most social. We're going to keep making our way around to those rhinos. Probably not a good idea to turn our backs to predators, right? Especially predators that are kind of half awake. Although lions spend anywhere from 16 to 20 hours a day sleeping or resting. That's all to conserve energy for the hunt, though. They're typically nighttime hunters. The male lion is sleeping right on the edge of the copy here.
Oh, wow.
So if you look to your left and then all the way to your right, sleeping right on the edge. See that beautiful mane there? Males are the only ones that have a mane. And it's kind of a burden to bear. That mane weighs about 40 pounds around his neck. So it makes him not as quick and spry as those females might be for the hunt. So we're going to twende up here a little bit and get closer to these rhinos. And white rhinos like this, they weigh about 4,000 or 5,000 pounds. And of the 5 species of rhino found throughout the world, these guys are considered the most social. So they do like to hang out in groups called a crash. You might notice his skin looks a little strange. Rhinos love to roll around in the mud because mud acts as a great little natural sunscreen, bug repellent, moisturizer, and a good way to just kind of cool off on those warmer days. And I'm not really sure why rhinos got the name of crash. Might be because rhinos have pretty poor luck. They are from West Africa, and since they are dwarf goats, yeah, this cute little compact size is the largest they get. These are adult goats, not babies. So they don't require as much space as traditional livestock. These guys also like to eat a lot of the weedy undergrowth that other animals don't necessarily like to consume. So it helps to keep areas like this, where humans and animals share space, a little more well maintained. Kind of like natural gardeners. Our safari.